Hello friends, it's Grandpa Ike here today, West Virginia. I'm going to tell you the story about Petey the snake. Petey was a snake, he wasn't but so small. One day Petey had to hiss. He had to hiss really bad. Petey was in the pit and started to hiss, and Petey's mom come in and said, "Petey, you can't hiss in the pit. If you're going to hiss, you got to go outside the pit to hiss." So Petey went outside the pit, began to hiss. But he leaned back over in the pit and was hissing in the pit. Petey's mom, "Son, I told you, if you're going to hiss, you got to go outside the pit to hiss. Why don't you go over to Mrs. Potts' house across the way and hiss in her pit?" So Petey went across the field to Mrs. Potts' pit. He began hissing. He had to hiss so bad. He was hissing away, and about that time Mrs. Potts come by. "Petey, what are you doing hissing in my pit? If you're going to hiss, you go to your own pit and hiss." So Petey hung his head, and he was going back across the field, really sad. Petey's mom come out. "Petey, son, what's wrong?" "Well, Mama, you told me if I had to hiss, not to hiss in our pit, to go to Mrs. Potts' pit and hiss. So I went to Mrs. Potts' pit and began to hiss, and she got on to me and told me to go to my own pit and hiss." Petey's mom said, "Son, shame on that old biddy. I remember Mrs. Potts when she didn't have a pit to hiss in."